What do you think it is?
My brother had this in the Marines. It's SOS.
What's SOS?
Shit on a shingle.
Yep, that's what it looks like, all right.
You mean they take a shingle and they put shit on it?
It's beef. It's creamed chipped beef.
Why would you chip something after it's been creamed?
It doesn't look so bad to me. Hell, I'm hungry. Uh-huh. Just needs a little patch up.
They ought to drop this stuff over Germany. The whole country would come out with their hands up.
I saw this in the Bronx Zoo. The gorillas were throwing at each other.
If you can't eat this, you can get something else. It's government regulations. Enlisted men must be served palatable food.
Hey, why don't you ask him for some matzo ball soup, MC? I hear that the owner makes great matzo ball soup.
It's my right to speak up. I'm going to speak to the sergeant.
Sit down, would you please?
Don't start him with him, Arnold. He's crazy. This was probably his recipe.
Listen, you two guys don't give the sergeant any more crap. Because when he doesn't like you, he doesn't like the rest of us. Anybody who screws up this platoon from now on has to answer to me.
Who made you lieutenant colonel?
I did. I promoted myself. And if I gotta do 100 push-ups for you anymore, Epstein, you're gonna be underneath me when I'm doing them.
Well, now we know who the fruits are.
I shouldn't even be in the army with my stomach. No one's going to make me eat this if I don't want to.
Hey, you guys see what happened over in Baker Company?
Some guy went nuts, said he was going home, didn't want no part of the army. An officer tried to stop him, the guy belted him one. They say he's sure to get 5 to 10 years in Leavenworth for it. They don't crap around in the army. You'll find that out real fast.
Well, I hope they ship us off to the Pacific. At least we'll get Chinese food.
My name is Hennessy. I'm in your platoon. They gave me 8 straight days of KP.
For what?
I left over 2 spoonfuls of barley soup. 2 lousy spoonfuls. Be careful, you guys.
How are my boys doing? How's the child?
First rate, Raj.
They don't give you enough.
Surprisingly interesting food, Sergeant.
Not hungry, Epstein?
I find enough nourishment in bread and water, sergeant.
Well, you're all going to need plenty of nourishment with 10 back-breaking weeks ahead of you starting tonight.
Tonight?
Worked out a little surprise for you. Something to work off tonight's dinner. We're going on a midnight hike, men.
Midnight?
Oh, not too far, this being your first night in camp. Just a short 15-mile walk around the marshes and swamps. How does that sound to you, Jerome? Do you think that's a reasonable request of me to make?
Well, we sort of elected Wachowski our leader. I think he should answer that.
Is that right, Wachowski?
I don't question orders, Sergeant. I just follow them.
That's a good answer, Wachowski. It's a chicken shit one, but it's a good answer. How about you, Epstein? You up to a 15-mile walk around the swamp?
No, sergeant.
No? Epstein's not up to it, men. Why is that, Epstein?
We've been on a train for 5 days and 5 nights. We haven't had one good night's sleep since we left Fort Gibbs.
I see. Okay, Epstein, fair enough. You're excused from the hike. I appreciate a man who speaks up.
Thank you, sergeant.
You get a good night's sleep just as soon as you've washed, scrubbed, and shined every John Muir and basin in the latrine. If it doesn't sparkle when we get back, then Wachowski and Selridge are going to do 200 push-ups. That ought to put you in good with the boys, Epstein. Anyone else care to stay home for the evening? Okay then, let's get moving. Full field packs in front of the barracks at 2400 hours, ready to march. Let's get moving. Hold on one goddamn minute. No one, but no one, leaves here with good U.S. Army chow, untouched, uneaten, and unfinished. You can sit there poking at it with your fork until it sprouts weeds, but by God, you will sit there until that tray is empty. All right, line up in front of me. Trays extended for inspection. Okay, Wachowski. Right, Selridge, move. Something wrong with your dinner party?
Well, Sarge, it's the first food I was ever afraid of.
Well, you'll like it about a month from now because that's how long you'll be sitting there. Back to your seat. Don't approve of our cuisine, Jerome?
It's not that, Sarge. It's a religious objection. This is the week that my people fast for 2 days.
This is March, Jerome. Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur are in September. I have an all-religion calendar in my bear troop. Don't you try that shit on me again.
It's a different holiday. It's called El Malagueño.
El Malagueño?
It's for Spanish Jews.
Party,
Yes, Sarge.
put half of your tray onto Jerome.
Yes, Sarge.
Eat in good health, Jerome, and happy El Malagueño to you. Okay, Epstein, what's your story? And don't tell me today is La Cucaracha.
I have a legitimate excuse, Sergeant. I have a digestive disorder diagnosed as a nervous stomach.
Is that right? And how come you passed the Army medical examination?
It only gets nervous when I'm eating food, and I wasn't eating food during the examination. I brought along a chicken salad sandwich to show them what happens when it enters the digestive.
Are you a psycho, Epstein? You sound like a psycho to me. That's a psycho story.
I have a letter here from my internist who's on the staff of the Mount Sinai Hospital on Fifth Avenue.
Did you show this to the Army medical examination officer?
Yes, Sergeant.
And what did he tell you?
He said don't eat chicken salad sandwiches, and then he accepted me.
Then this letter ain't worth the paper it's written on. I expect to see everything gone from that tray, Epstein. Oh, including that letter. The corporal at the door will be watching you. Good appetite, men. Oh, El Malagueño.
Hey, listen. I got an idea.
Yeah?
We dump it on the table. We'll be gone by the time they find it.
Great idea, but we have to time it right when no one's looking.
Okay, I'll tell you when.
Remember, timing's everything.
Okay? Now.
Get those trays back on the table.
Work on your timing.
Give it to me.
What?
I'm not going to eat mine. No point in all of the suffering.
You mean it?
This is lunacy. I'm an intelligent human being. I refuse to capitulate to the lunatics. One day when this war's all over, there'll be investigations. Go on, scrape it under my tray.
I like you, Epstein. But you're weird as hell. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm sitting next to you every meal we get.
I could have used you when my mother served lima beans.
I won't eat slop. I won't eat slop. I won't eat slop. I won't eat slop.
Arnold didn't eat the slop. They gave him KP for 5 straight days, including cleaning the latrines. But that was better than the midnight march through the murky swamps of Mississippi. The only time I heard sounds like that was at Ebbets Field when the Dodgers played. Toomey made Wachowski carry me the whole 15 miles just so Wachowski would hate me more. But maybe Toomey's right. If nobody obeys orders, I bet we wouldn't have more than 12 or 13 soldiers fighting this war. We'd have headlines like, Corporal Stanley Lieberman invades Sicily.